Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a round I got Monday evening in the V2 Gundam. Uh, it is, of course, post-nerf, so the beam bazooka I just fired, which does heavy stagger and has decent splash for a heavy stagger weapon, takes, I think now 20 or 30 seconds to reload. So yeah, it is definitely less useful for setting up, combos and things like that than it used to be. But yeah, it is, of course, a heavy attack raid that has both flap booster and Minovsky drive, so it is extremely maneuverable. And yeah, my belief is good dodge by our Sananju. Wow. My belief is that it is one that has to be used very, very aggressively to do well with, which is what I am trying to do here. I don't always succeed, but it was a pretty good round. This is a 750 ace match on Mass Driver Facility. It is a quick round as opposed to a rated round. Yeah, those are the words. Wow. I got up early. My doctor's appointment went fine, incidentally. I've lost a couple more pounds and, just routine stuff. I got to the office too late for them to, steal my blood as medical people are wont to do. So I'll have to go out and do that at some point. I am oversharing. Anyway, this is, it's pretty good. One thing I found after running it 2 or 3 times tonight that I find interesting is you can activate the Minovsky drive when you are charging a heavy attack, but not when you are charging the beam bazooka or the rifle. The rifle's charge, I think, is sometimes not really worth it because you don't do that much more damage with 2 charged shots than you do with 1 uncharged shot. If you absolutely need another 1,000, 1,200 damage, something like that, then, take the charge shot. And also just don't just hover there and wait for the Rig Contio and the Crossbone Gundam to, start stabbing you repeatedly. That's unhealthy. Yeah, let's say unhealthy. That's as good a way to put it as any. Okay, but yeah, the heavy attack I find is not bad, but it is very, very... You have to be very, very careful in how you use it because it's a nice, charging sweep, but also there is that hesitation right before it starts. So, like a lot of heavy attacks, it is not one you want to use head-on with somebody who has boost. You'll see me do that, I think, at least once in this round. I certainly remember doing it at least once tonight. So, yeah, that is a thing not to do, and you will see me do it. But, yeah, it is still, I think, a pretty formidable suit, and... still has, of course, the emergency sortie skill because it is a 5-star. Yeah, this is probably getting this was probably my all-time luckiest single spin, I want to say, because I just did a single for this one and got it. But yeah, the heavy attack also has knockback, which is pretty handy. It's also very disorienting if you get hit with that. There's a lot more melee weapons with knockback these days. Just when I was trying to run the R-44 gun tank, just getting hit with the Hadro Boshi's knockback on its melee was really, really kind of rattling. So, yeah, just if you're fighting one of these, be prepared to be knocked around. But yeah, I think this is where. Yeah, don't just use it head on like I did. Do not do what I did, because you will get really heavily damaged. Because I do have type advantage on that F90S type, but I'm going to go over here and try and fight this, which I believe is the Cluster Gundam, and I tripped the Sananju. Good going. But I decided I'd work on this one, even though I had type advantage on the F90S, because the Sananju was taking care of it, and just anything that kept us from getting stun locked seemed like a good idea. But this is kind of one of my minor regrets of the round, which is that I feel like I should have gotten more aggressive here, because I've gotten a fair number of points by now. So since it is an ace match, I do run the risk of being the ace. And being the ace at 750 with 5,000 health is not a good thing, because you're going to give up 2100, excuse me, like 2350 to the enemy team when they blow you up. So yeah, I now have to play a very aggressive suit somewhat conservatively and try and keep at a distance so that they can't just, absolutely, mangle me, and try to contribute without, costing us, which it's not a good position to have put myself in. I should have just gone in harder earlier and then been able to respawn as the ace. Yeah, so, and I can't, and despite being small, I cannot fit between those. But yeah, so it was definitely an error. Won't be the last one this round either. But yeah, yeah, I should be going for anything but the ace, but the ace was the easiest target I could hit without exposing myself to fire. Hit the Rig Contio good and hard there. And now it is, now it is time to just stick to cover, stay behind things, just do my absolute best to not be in anybody's line of fire for as long as possible. That, however, is as long as it was possible. Yeah, and they have managed to catch up a little bit. Their ace is just spawned back in. Their ace is fresh, and yeah, there is not a lot of time left. So, and they are catching up pretty steadily. So, again, just an error I made, not putting us in the best position. It will be all right, I think. But yeah, just judgment calls are not my strong suit on some days anyway. I feel like in terms of just aggressive play with flying suits, the last couple of days I've been doing better than I've done in a good while. But yeah, just sometimes matches are decided by very small judgment calls, and yeah, that sometimes I just do not think about them enough. Got that person with Vulcans. That is a good number of points for us. We are now 300 points down, and if I can take anything out, that'll give us a pretty good chance. There is a Bergagiros up there, and yeah, I'm into Minovsky drive mode because I can just do that and hopefully finish it off. Tagged it, not quite enough. We've got 39 seconds. I've got a good amount of health. The standard beam rifle does have ASL, and I figured this would be a good opportunity for the double shot because I just need to land what I need to land. And Vulcan time, I'm a little bit out of range. The Bergagiros is going down in the water. We have, thanks to efforts that were not mine, retaken the lead. But yeah, this is, I'm doing my best to do anything I can do to get that Bergagiros, but it's doing a good job of evading. Because, yeah, it knows that I need to, and that was also dumb, but number 5 got that, which at least I could have gotten a little bit, a few more points out of that, but also we won. So I can't really complain about that. It was not a bad call. They didn't know I was about to come up out of the water and stab the thing. So yeah, our F90S type did great. I think it was an F90S. Either way, great work, but I wound up in 4th overall, did not beat my rival. The enemy ace was doing pretty well. But 5 and 3 and 132,000 damage, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Anyway, that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. Okay, so the changes they made to the V2 a couple of weeks ago. They downgraded Pursuit Melee Auxiliary Program from level 2 to level 1, so you get less bonus damage when someone is stunned or heavy staggered, so yeah, that makes sense. They also adjusted the power on the heavy attack, so I assume they reduced it a little bit, and made it do less leg hit point damage, so yeah, less likely to blow out somebody's legs with one good heavy attack. That makes sense. The beam bazooka, the overheat got adjusted from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. The charge time is now 5 seconds instead of 4 seconds, and it looks like they reduced the splash. I've used it in enough AB rooms to be able to tell you it does still have splash, but yeah, I don't think it's as severe as it used to be. And yeah, the amount of thruster gauge that is lost by units that you hit with the wings of light has been reduced. So yeah, it's less likely to leave you completely defenseless at this point. So just it can't destroy your legs, steal your entire thruster gauge, and leave you heavy staggered at once. Hopefully, or at least not as often. And yeah, before the changes, the it doesn't show what the raid type average is for usage at 750, but the average usage for the V2 was 66%. So yeah, it was that overpowered that yeah, it was showing up in 66% of rounds. I'm assuming that statistic, I wish it were a little less vague. I'm assuming that statistic means that if a raid was chosen at 750, 66% of the time it was a V2. Alternately, it could mean, 66% of the time there's V2 in the round. It could mean 66% of players were using it. I don't think it's that widespread being a 5-star, so who even knows? But yeah, really seriously, highly used because it was highly effective, which we can tell from the average raid type win rate being 50.2% and the V2 being 53. Rival win rate was 56 against a raid wide average at 750 of 49%. Damage dealt, the average for raids is 109,000 and V2 was doing 125. And MS losses were also down from raids. 3.7 is the average at 750, and it was at 3.5. So, yeah, we will, at the end of this month, when they update the buffs and nerfs page with the results from the past month, we will get to see exactly how much of an adjustment that this has been, and what kind of an effect it has had on the V2. Still doesn't feel bad, but yeah, I'm hoping it will be a little bit impressive than this, because these are some scary numbers.